Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whoever you are. This is Andrew calling in from Kulea MA. And today I'm going to be introducing you to an amazing piece of new functionality that we have just released that we are calling PURL. Now, that's not Pearl as in shiny bits of grit from the South Pacific. That is PURL, PURL, which stands for personalized URLs. Now, why would you want a personalized URL? I hear you asking. Um, we've had a number of clients come to us and say, Kulea, guys, we're sending out more and more direct mail these days, more and more DM, as we call it in the trade. We're sending out postcards, we're sending out letters. Partially, this is down to GDPR, but partially because we want to have a more holistic approach to our marketing campaigns. You know, we want to have multiple touch points with our customers and our prospects. However, when we send out these, these DM pieces, they're fully personalized. You know, forename, surname, company name, all sorts of great stuff. But we then send them to a generic homepage or generic landing page, and that loses that continuity of personalization. It takes something that's personal and it turns it into something generic and impersonal, and we don't like that. And more to the point, the prospects and the customers don't like it. What they're also saying is that they're losing the tracking capabilities. You know, if you send someone an email and they click a link in that email through to your website, you know about it. But if you send someone a postcard and they type in the link in that postcard, you haven't got a clue. You know, you've completely lost visibility of their journey and what they're up to and what they're doing. And the other thing that they're saying is that actually, you know, DM pieces, they're not as powerful as they could be. So let's try and create a bit of intrigue. Let's use that personalization to get more people to actually type in that link once they've received a postcard. So these are all three of the issues that we've tried to fix with PURL. And I'm going to walk you through how to do it in a second. Before I do, I will say PURL is a little bit more advanced than your usual kind of functionality. And when I say advanced, I mean it's a little bit trickier to implement on Kulea, mostly because the tricky bits aren't in Kulea. All the Kulea stuff is a doddle, as you'll be used to. It's intuitive, it's easy to use, but you do need to do a few things outside of Kulea because it's messing around with your domains and implementing a htaccess file. Now, if you've got a resident dev, a resident geek, that's fine. You can give them an htaccess file and they'll know exactly what to do. If you're using WordPress, that's fine as well because there's loads of plugins for taking htaccess files and implementing them on your website. So that's what we're going to do in this example. But just be aware that you do need to have a little bit of kind of website experience in order to be able to do this. You need access to your CMS, whether that be WordPress or anything else, or you need access to a dev that can do it for you. htaccess files aren't anything particularly clever in themselves. It's just a text file that tells your server to do something if somebody comes to a particular page. Normally they'd use the redirects. And I'll show you what that looks like during the demo. Cool. Okay. Terms and provisions now put in place. I'm going to walk you through the journey. Now, I'm going to use our Kulea homepage for this example, and our domain is kulea.ma. And we have a WordPress site, so I'm going to just go into the dashboard on the WordPress site for accessing it. And I'm going to actually show you. So we use iframes. You probably used the Kulea iframe before. Let's go into pages to show what our iframe looks like on the site. Let's go to where's my home page? There we are. Wait for that to load. WordPress is awesome. We use Divi, by the way, Divi themes, and it's an awesome piece of kit. So I'm going to go back into the Divi builder, and I've just dropped an iframe right here at the top of my page. And it's just a code block using Divi Builder. I'm sure you'll have an equivalent. You've got the text editor in WordPress. And you can see here, we've got, great to see that we caught your attention, Andrew. That's the power of our new PURL functionality. And let's talk about how we can achieve the same results for Nomad AI. Now, that's because I've been playing with this already, but I'm just going to inspect, and I'm going to remove the cookie so that you can see what happens. So that is the cookie that I've dropped. So let's clear that one. There we go, and refresh this page. Cool. So we're now looking at this homepage as an unknown user. So we don't know who they are. We don't know anything about them. Great to see we caught your attention. That's the power of the new PURL functionality. Now let's talk about how we can achieve the same results for your business. So not very personalized there. We don't know who that person is. Okay, let's go through the process. Going into Kulea. This will be your Kulea account, and we're going to set up a campaign. Now the campaign, you do actually need to select an email. Now you don't need to send an email. But you do need to select one to trigger this off. Now, if you do want to send emails, and we recommend you do follow up your DM with an email, that's absolutely fine. And you can even embed the personalized URL, I'm going to show you in a second, into your email content to get even better open rates and click-through rates. Demo. I'm not actually going to send it on this one, but I'll put it in there anyway. Okay. First thing first, we have a welcome domain. Now, our welcome domain in this example is kulea.ma. Oops, there we go, kulea.ma. Now, notice I removed the HTTPS. HTTP, you don't need all that gumph. The other thing you need to be aware of is it doesn't have to be your home page. You know, you could do this. You can set up a specific campaign for this. You can set up a domain for it. It's very easy to go into 123reg or whatever domain you're using and set up a new domain, maybe just for a particular campaign. All right, but we are going to use our home page just for this quick example. You could send it to everyone. I'm not going to send it to everyone. I'm just going to send it to. I've got 2 users in the database. I'm going to show. I'm using these as for a reason. There we go. So, the email must contain Andrew at Kulea MA. Well, I've got 2 of those actually. Now, both of those users are Mr. Andrew Nicholson. So, bearing in mind a PURL personalized URL has to be unique. Well, let's see how Kulea deals with having 2 unique names. 2 with the same names in the database. So I've just generated a DM campaign, and you see it hasn't sent anything out. It's not sent a campaign out, but I've got 4 buttons here rather than my usual just view report. So I can now delete the campaign if I change my mind. I can send the campaign. Are you sure you want to dispatch this? Now that would send out the email campaign, so I'm not going to do that. I don't want to send an email for this example, but I could if I wanted to follow it up with one. But you also see HT access and a mail merge. So you're familiar probably with mail merge files. A mail merge file is normally an Excel spreadsheet. I've clicked it and it's just downloaded an Excel spreadsheet to my computer. And this is the sort of thing you would send to a print house, or if you wanted to create a Word document, mail merge, anything like this, you would use an Excel spreadsheet. Now, contained within this is forename, surname, salutation, address line 1, address line 2, and address line 3. Any data that you hold on the customer is in this file, but we've added a little bit extra on this one. Is that the right one? I don't think it is. Let me just don't save that one. That's an old one. Let me just open this one up again. There we go. Okay, so we compose the PURL link from your forename, your surname, and your email address. You can see Mr. Andrew Nicholson. So we've got this unfortunate situation in here where we've got the same forename, surname, and salutation. And if you're sending out to 1 million customers, it's quite likely that you're going to have quite a few Mr. John Smiths in there. So what Kulea does is it overcomes that problem with the rules system. It will build your email, your PURLs. So you see this first one is Andrew-Nicholson. This second one is Andrew Nicholson with no hyphen. If there was another Andrew Nicholson, it would be /A Nicholson. Another one, it would be Andrew N, and then it would start including Mr. So it'd be Mr. Andrew, and there's probably about 1,000 different variants of a name in there that we can include and build rules around to ensure that your PURL remains unique for each individual. So there you go. That's your mail merge list, and you can send that to your printer. You can build your letters, your direct mail pieces from this. And actually, I'm going to just quickly take that for now because I'm going to use this as the example. Cool. And the other thing we have here is the htaccess file. So htaccess, like I say, it's just a text file. Let me click it to show you what it looks like. It's only got 2 records in at the moment. There you go. It looks like that. And it's just a series of rules that your server needs to follow if a particular person visits a particular page. So in this case, it's a redirect rule, redirect 301, and anyone that comes to kulea.ma/Andrew-Nicholson or Andrew /Andrew Nicholson will then be redirected to the subsequent link. Now, this is where your server hands over to Kulea because this is sitting on your Kulea account. Kulea reads that link, drops a cookie for that ID, which recognizes which the person is, and then forwards the individual back to your homepage. So it's a bit of a 50-50 split. Goes to htaccess, goes to your server, goes back to Kulea. Very complicated in the back end. In real terms, that's actually quite simple. So let me just save that to my desktop. And what I need to do with that is I need to put that onto my server. I could do that if I was a dev genius. I could do that using Apache and just load it straight in directly. I'm not anywhere near that smart, so I'm just going to go back into my WordPress instance. I have downloaded a redirect plugin called Redirections, and it's sitting in Tools, so you can see there, Redirection. And I'm just going to upload that file, so I'm going to import, add file, go up to my desktop. There we go, that was the latest one. Upload those 2 files. There we go. And if I want to see what they look like, if I just want to kind of go in and view, there you go. There's those files in there. Looking nice. Thank you, WordPress plugin. And that's now live. And it's that simple. So what that now means is let's go to let's open an incognito window just to show that it works. And I'm going to go to that link I copied from my mail merge file, which is kulea.ma/Andrew Nicholson. I'm going to click. And what Kulea is going to do is it redirects back to the home page. So it's now on kulea.ma. But it's great to see that we caught your attention, Andrew. That's the power of our new PURL functionality. Now let's talk about we can achieve the same results for Kulea or for Nomad AI. So you've now tracked me. You know who I am. If I was to wander around the page, around the website, you'd be able to track my activity. You'd be able to trigger automated emails based on the fact that I've come to that page. You'd be able to follow up. You would be able to report on my activity. If I came back to the website in 10 months' time, you would know about it and you would be able to automate alerts and notifications and journeys based on that activity. So there we go. That is the power of your PURL. I hope that's all made sense. If you need any help with anything, do give us a shout. Like I said, it's probably the most technical you will get when using Kulea. And it's not very technical, but you know, if you are having to implement this yourself, we are always here to help you. And on that note, I shall love you and leave you and wish you a good day. Thank you. Bye for now.